In the call, Vossi said that's potentially top 10 grittiest victories he's ever seen from the Knights, maybe in their history. What do you think about that, considering...
Joey had it at number one.
No, there you go.
So, yeah, no doubt. It's hard to... I don't know in terms of how many. There's been a lot of tough Knights teams back in the day, but just on what they did, I'm really proud of them. We had to contend with a whole heap, as we did last week. I felt a little bit not as happy this week, obviously, but there was some stuff in our DNA last week that was sort of preparing us to do something like that. Not as much as what we had to contend with tonight, though.
What does that do for this team in terms of, I know obviously there's a lot of injuries to come from it, but the confidence and I guess the satisfaction in the group after that you can put together a solid performance like that?
Yeah, I think we just spoke about it then in the sheds. Last year it seemed to have got all a bit too hard for us at times, and we just I think we've proven in the last couple of weeks, and we have the whole summer, that things aren't always going to go to plan for us, but it doesn't mean that we can, turn it up. So there's a really good example that we can come out the other side of it. It's not always about the 2 points as it wasn't last week. We didn't get the ultimate prize at the end of it, but there was some stuff there that I thought, going forward, we've got to hang on to that resolve.
Can we start at the beginning? Caleb Pond going off early in that game. What goes through your head, obviously, with his head knock history?
Yeah, well, I looked at his tackle tech, his tackle selection, and he got off the line quite hard on the short side, so I think it caught him by surprise. So that's, I've seen him make that tackle 1,000 times over the summer, so I'm not too concerned around that. What was going through my head in the first 15 minutes was we'd lost the 6 and the 9. That was starting to concern me. I knew we weren't going to be unbelievable defensively, but it really hurts your rotation. We had to get some big minutes out of the Saifidis and those boys today due to you lose 2 guys there. There's 2 of your interchange gone straight away without rotating your middles.
The leap some are going to make is another head knock for Kalen. It's 4 in 12 months or something. That he needs to spell again, or his career's in jeopardy. I mean,
it's too early to say. We'll just follow the protocols. He's had the summer off. He had 8 games off last year. He's had some extended breaks, but we'll just follow the guidelines. He obviously won't play. We've got a 5-day turnaround to patch that group up. So, yeah, he's not going to be a part of that, and neither will Brails, but we'll worry about all that stuff later.
How are they?
Yeah, they're both good. They both talk. They actually had a bit to say in the review of the game, the post-game review to the team. They're up and about, which is a good sign for us, yeah.
Who else is going to be out? Obviously, Tyson, seeing them beside you with ice on his ankle, Jack Johns as well. You expecting both those guys to be out?
Yeah, I think so. All 4 of those guys, and then obviously Jacob's got some other stuff. So, and then we'll be without Kurt Mann and Adam Elliott. They're out for 4 to 6. So, I might have to play.
Yeah, how tough is that going to be to field a side against a Dolphins team that have been very, very strong to start the season? As we just spoke about, that can't be the reason. That we're not going to look at the week like that. We're going to look at the week like we did tonight when we faced some hurdles. We're going to face some hurdles in selecting the team this week or naming the team, but we'll get on with it. We deserve to put that sort of performance in at home. I think that's what we're looking forward to. What about the Jacob incident? Are you worried it might be an extended period?
I can't go near it. I knew you'd ask, but I can't go near it.
And into the portion of Kalen last year when he had that head knock at the end of the season, what were you told at the time about how to handle that with him, given he had a few at the time?
Sorry, madam, what was that?
Kalen at the end of last year, when you gave him an extended break, what were you told about where his head was at and the impacts of those concussions that he had last year?
From what I can gather, he was cleared to play in the last 2 games last year, and we chose to. I had a feeling that we were going to change position, so we chose to. He was cleared to play. We could have played in the last round for us last year, and we didn't play. So he's cleared. He's cleared.
At the end of the game, there was a bit of an incident with Jackson and Tommy Talau and Dave Clemmer that had to be separated by security. I don't know whether you saw it or heard about that.
No idea.
Yeah.
How is Jackson? Yeah.
he's happy in there now. I don't know what that is.
Well, I think he went over to apologise to Tommy, and Tommy didn't want to hear from him, and security had to separate him, and then Dave come and joined in.
Okay. Grown men probably agitated. Frizz might know.
Throw him under the bus.
Yeah, I did say it. Yeah. Oh, I think he's just upset. I'm not too sure if there was much in the tackle or there was much that Jackson could have avoided when it happened, and he got a bit upset and didn't want to borrow it. So all good.
He played well, Jackson.
Yeah.
I mean, it meant something to him. He spoke to Jake after the game and sort of spoke about what that game and that win sort of meant to him on a personal level as much as the club. Did you feel like he was up for a big game this week?
Yeah, I always feel like that. He's always up for big training sessions. He's a footy head. He prepares really well, and I felt this week, although it's a different narrative to a normal game, having played here at the Tigers last year, I just thought he didn't miss a beat in his preparation, and I thought, for Tyson Gamble to make his club debut, those spine plays really managed essentially 60 minutes of the game for us. We were a tired team and we had to play tired like we were tired. How we finished the end of our sets, and it would have been, I'd imagine, boring for some to watch, but those guys, Jackson in particular, really handled it well.
Tyson, you sitting to the bench straight away, like how bad did it feel? Do you feel like it might be a while?
Oh, I won't comment. I think boys in the past have commented on how bad the injury is, and it's not too bad. So, I knew I wasn't right, and I probably couldn't go on. So, yeah, see how we go.